is ANN News Brief.
A quick update on coronavirus. Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, has announced the country's first COVID-19 death in a 67-year-old man who returned to the country following a medical procedure in the UK. NCDC said the victim had underlying medical conditions and was undergoing chemotherapy. Now in Guinea, the country went to the polls for legislative elections and a referendum on Sunday. Opposition says at least 10 persons were killed during that exercise after violence broke out in the capital, Conakry. Protesters clashed with police in the bitterly disputed referendum in an attempt to disrupt a move they say President Alpha Condé wants to use to extend his time in office. Voting equipment was also vandalized as debris burns on the streets of Conakry. Security agents have been blamed by anti-government forces who came under fire by security forces, who reportedly carried out massive arrests, fired blindly and cruelly molested the people. 82-year-old Condé says he wants to change the constitution to introduce reforms such as banning female genital mutilation, a claim his critics dispute. More than 30 persons have been killed in months of protests against the referendum, which was originally scheduled for last month. Ahead of Sunday's vote, many people said they were worried about holding it in the midst of the coronavirus outbreak. Guinea has confirmed 2 cases of COVID-19. Opposition parties and civil society organizations have called for fresh protests Monday and Tuesday. Critics said the vote was a ploy by President Alpha Condé to stay in power beyond his mandate. Amid COVID-19 pandemic, Egypt has ordered mosques and churches to shut down their doors to worshippers in an effort to curb the spread of the coronavirus. Other countries have taken the same steps. The country's health ministry has reported 9 new coronavirus cases and 2 fatalities on Saturday, bringing the totals to 294 confirmed infections and 10 deaths. Egypt has more than 100,000 mosques. The Ministry of Islamic Endowment said it will shut all mosques for 2 weeks for the necessity of preserving souls, but will allow them to broadcast prayer calls through loudspeakers. Egypt's Sunni Muslim authority Al-Azhar has also shut historic mosque in Old Cairo until the end of coronavirus epidemic for the safety of worshippers. Egypt's Coptic Orthodox Church has ordered all churches to shut their doors and suspend masses for 2 weeks. The church also banned visits to monasteries and closed condolences halls attached to churches. Egypt also shut schools and universities and moved to cut the number of public sector employees reporting to work in an effort to discourage crowding and slow the spread of the disease. Flights were grounded on Thursday until the end of March, with the exemption of outward-bound flights needed by foreign tourists. The government said during the flight ban and school shutdown, hotels and all educational facilities will be sanitized. We'll be right back.
Whether in your house, at your office, on your phone or online, we are there. We have the facts behind the headlines. We cut to the chase with the news you really need. We cover every angle. We are the bigger, better news network. We are African News Network. ANN. Watch ANN News on MITV from a truly African spirit.
U.S. Ambassador to Burkina Faso says he has tested positive for coronavirus. Andrew Young announced his status himself in a tweet. He added that the American embassy has taken measures to quarantine members of the community who have been affected. Young said the mission will continue to serve U.S. citizens and support the Burkinabe government against the virus. 75 COVID-19 cases have been confirmed in the country and 4 persons have died. That is ANN News Brief at 1. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Adeyemi.